We begin this hour with President Trump saying tonight he will attend Charlie Kirk's memorial next Sunday in Arizona. The news comes as the FBI continues to face criticism over its handling of the Charlie Kirk investigation. Trump is trying to quiet the dissent in a new interview with Fox News Digital, where he goes out of his way to praise the FBI and Director Kash Patel, saying, quote, "I'm very proud of the FBI, Kash, and everyone else. They have done a great job." Now, you'll notice the headline on the screen. It references the, quote, "speedy capture of Charlie Kirk assassin." In reality, apprehending a suspect required a bit more time and a bit more luck than what the FBI initially led us to believe. You'll remember that when this all began, the hours after the fatal shooting last week, FBI Director Kash Patel announced on his X account that the suspect was in custody. About an hour and a half later, he backtracked, saying the person of interest had been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. And it was only after the FBI asked the public for help in catching the suspect that the father of 22-year-old Tyler Robinson turned him in. Despite Trump's show of faith, Patel appears to be on thin ice with some of the same people who helped propel him to the powerful law enforcement position less than a year ago. Now they're questioning whether he should continue to lead the FBI. All of this comes as Patel is set to face questions from lawmakers on the Senate and House Judiciary Committees this week. Joining us now, MSNBC national security and intelligence analyst Rob D'Amico. He's a former FBI supervisor and former member of the FBI's hostage rescue team. So, Rob, what do you make of Trump's show of support for Kash Patel, and what do you make of the criticism of the FBI's handling of the initial phase of the investigation of Charlie Kirk's assassination?
Rob, I think you might be muted. If you don't mind just checking the mute button there.
How about now?
We got you.
Go ahead.
The deep state was really working hard then.
I've done so many of these, my wireless mic ran out of batteries. Had to grab the new one. So I cringe when you say FBI handling it, because the FBI handled it great. Kash Patel, as the director, is the one who made the errors, and solely him with that X post, because that wasn't the FBI post, and that was Kash Patel. He comes from a podcast background where, as you know, they're the first ones to come out with something to get the clicks. In news, you have to vet what you put out there. And the problem is when he puts that information out there and it's not the truth, it's not what's going on, it's not accurate, that hurts the whole law enforcement industry when these things come out, because the people want to hear the facts. They want to know, but they have to know what they're hearing is the truth and it's accurate. There's so many ups and downs in the middle of in the beginning of an investigation that you don't put the public through that. You constantly have subjects that you bring in, you find out they're not related, that all goes inside. And then you get together, all the agencies, local, federal, state, and you can say, okay, this is what we're going to put out. Is this okay with the detectives? We don't want to put out information that they don't want out there. But when you just do it on your own, without even the Bureau knowing that you were doing it, the people in Salt Lake didn't understand it. And then there was pressure on the ones that they were talking to make them the subject. How bad is that? We already put out he's captured. You need to make him the subject. That's what was going on. And then the next morning, him getting on a VTC and screaming at the people who worked all night on this. So I think that's starting to come up. I think it's natural that President Trump backs him up. But what's important is the other people, Pam Bondi. If you notice, he forgot to thank her, and he went back to the podium to thank her because he knows he may not be in good graces there. And then also the other people, like you talked about, that backed him, that are now getting frustrated because it's beyond the people in the Bureau not being happy with him. Now it's traveling outside that.
And Rob, in the backdrop of all of this, we also have this lawsuit from 3 fired FBI officials against Kash Patel. What did that lawsuit indicate to you? What have you learned from it? And what does it tell us about how the agency is functioning day to day?
Well, I learned from it that Kash Patel doesn't really understand some legal things. To admit that you're going to fire people that is going to be illegal. Like, even if you're doing that, you don't tell the person and then fire them later and say that. You don't admit that. So I think there's a lot of understanding issues with that. I think he has a lot of power. When he first came in the Bureau, the people that were in the Bureau and retired from the Bureau, there was a couple trains of thought. One, some were outraged that he was assigned that because he doesn't have the experience that we're seeing now. But some people were like, hey, look, the Bureau needs some changes. They went some different ways. They want to get back to being more apolitical. Not that the field agents weren't. And they thought maybe he could do it. Give him a chance is what I saw. And this is on Facebook, FBI Facebook and other groups that I'm in. Give him a chance. And I think where you start seeing the erosion of that came when he was firing people for just doing their job. Mainly these three. Then came up that they were going to shorten the FBI Academy, and if you were an 1811 from another agency, you could come in, take a shorter. The Bureau is a culture. It's kind of like, I was a Marine, so it's kind of like saying, oh, you can just switch from the Air Force to the Marine Corps without going to boot camp or officer candidate school. The Bureau is the Bureau, and it's a culture. I wouldn't want to be a DEA agent without going to the DEA Academy. It's just one of those things that you don't understand when you start saying that. And then all the internal things that are going on that I hear about are starting to leak out. They're starting to get out, but people are scared with the polygraphs. I think if he loses his job as a director, it's going to be an explosion of stories that you're going to start hearing about, because right now you're not hearing about a lot of them because people are scared.
Let me ask you about what happened this morning. The FBI director, Kash Patel, again, posting on X this, a screenshot from a Fox News article about the suspect's roommate. And it cites unnamed FBI sources. This is the FBI director sharing an article that is quoting unnamed FBI sources. If he has something to say about it, why doesn't he come out and announce it instead of retweeting or reposting an article that has unnamed FBI sources? Doesn't that effectively mean he's validating the information that's in there attributable to unnamed FBI sources? And I can't wrap my head around what the hell this guy's doing at the FBI.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to look at that. Again, like, there's no thought process to it, saying that, well, if I retweet this by unnamed FBI sources, I'm the director of FBI, so I'm confirming it. Like you just said.
I'm confirming it.
You might know one of the sources.
I feel like he's giving away who the source is.
Yeah, I think he's, then I would look like, okay, then maybe you're the source, the unnamed one that now named yourself. It's one of those things that the biggest thing I hear from inside the Bureau, he's not serious. He's not a serious person. We've worked for directors that we haven't liked before, but they're serious. You might not agree with everything, but they're very serious people. And that's the biggest thing I hear at it. He's not serious. And this kind of shows it. I get it. We're switching. We are switching, how former directors, didn't do things, and today's world with social media. But you put it through a process, and you have a group. Okay, we're going to get more involved in social media, but it's going to go through this process. And the legal folks, the general counsels, are going to look at it and says, well, we should probably not say that that's the subject, because if it turns out it's not, when we catch the subject in court, there is an entire thing about the third purpose that the defense attorney can say, well, wait a second, you thought someone else. So you thought so much that you actually put it out on a tweet. You would have had to have evidence to do that. And they could call Kash Patel on the stand.
I kind of preferred Kash Patel when he was going to hockey games and was preoccupied with going to UFC fights instead of sitting there and tweeting out about political assassinations in this country,
On the FBI jet, no less.
Yeah, exactly. Rob D'Amico, it's great to see you as always. Thank you for joining us.